Hello, everybody. Hello. This is Simon Holden for Holden's Horses. And firstly, may I say, if you did watch this morning, you would have been on Sir Chauvelin at 25-1. So a big thumbs up if you were on that one. A big, even the judge is whacking the hammer there. Now, it is week 2 in association with Bet Goodwin of Holden's Horses v the Judge. We're going to give you 2 free bets each, 2 big races. And last week, Matt Totty, now without being too modest, was given by me, gives me an early lead. It's really upset the judge. Very, very, very temperamental guy at the best of times. So he's going to try and come roaring back. So, Judge, how are you feeling? Are you feeling in the mood to come roaring back this week?
Oh, God, you're hotter than a volcano at the moment, but yes, I am. Especially after last week, that was I didn't know where we fell off. To be fair, I thought we was going to have. Well, I thought we would have been in. Having the first 2. I've been very disappointed if it didn't come at least third. The way you just jumped into the front. Then I'm in the lead, and I've got no jockeys. Decided to pop down Liverpool High Street for a drink or something.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you were a bit unlucky there, mate. I have to say, you really were.
As much as I begrudgingly admit it, that was a fair shout, mate. Well done.
Well, thank you, mate. Thank you. Now, the races we're going to look at this week, and before I say anything else, of course, remember you can get that Bet Goodwin new account with a £10 free match bet, all those bonuses. Now, today at Cheltenham, had you been a Bet Goodwin customer, you would have had the Silver Forever, that tight finish, Judge. You would have got a free bet because it was beaten by that minuscule amount. Just another example of why that's an excellent account to have. And the other thing is, of course, had you done the £10 match bet last week, you could have had one bet on one and then the £10 match bet on the other. If you'd done that in the big race, the Sefton, you would have had your £10 on.
Over £100 in front.
5-1 winner. So that shows you this is an account to get. You can get it at the link below. Now, we're going to look at 2 races this week on week 2. We're going to look at the 2 o'clock at Wetherby, a handicap chase, and we are going to look at the biggie, the Paddy Power, the big race of the whole November meeting at this one tricky handicap. But we'll come to that second. Firstly, we're going to look to Wetherby and the 2 o'clock. And Judge, you are on the comeback trail, so you get a chance to go first. Let me hear about this 2 o'clock at Wetherby. It is a 2 mile 3, class 3 handicap chase. It's a crackerjack. All eyes are on Cheltenham, but this is a fantastic race in its own right. And let me hear what you think about it and what your selection is, mate.
Yeah, it's a tricky little race, to be fair, and I didn't really like the bottom horse at 9-4. I thought that was a bit tight. I thought, as win bet purposes, I thought Palmer's Hill would be either a win bet or a nowhere. So I'm looking ahead. Will Maracuja start? That's a big question. And then really it's between Return Ticket and Xialian Munro, if that's how you pronounce it. And I'm hoping Mick Hammond has got Xialian Munro ready first time out or close to it. He's got a very good record here at Wetherby. Second, first, sixth and second. Last year, admittedly, it did come on the back of a prep run when it ran in this. It led until the last and got caught over the last by John Beebe. I think that's a pretty good standard of form. I actually think that's a stronger run as such than if it produces that as such. It'll be thereabouts in this company. It's got a 2-0 win over Return Ticket. It's beaten that 2 times. It's met it, which was the main reason why I went that way. But that win when it beat Return Ticket had the likes of Before Midnight behind it. We've seen what that's done for a change of trainer with Sam Thomas now. So I think it's around about 6-1. So Shannon Munro is my selection.
Excellent. Mickey Hammond there, who's had so many winners at Wetherby over the years. Well, in this race, I am drawn to number 6, Palmer's Hill. Now, this is available around 7-2. Now, I think this is a very classy customer. Now, this, Judge, has been described as a pocket horse, an overhyped horse, a horse that like is backed and never does the business. Now, John Joe, Tom Scudamore takes the ride for JP McManus. But the last time we saw this, he was 9th of 26 in the Coral Cup. And I thought he ran a great race there. I thought it was a really strong Coral Cup last year. And I think that form is good enough to put these to the sword. And I think at 7-2, Palmer's Hill has to be a win bet. And I'll tell you something else, Judge. People say about John Joe, oh, you can't trust him, this, that, and the other. But at Weatherby, he tends to have a lot of winners, and the horses tend to run to their form. And I think Palmer's Hill will be off for its life tomorrow. And I think at around the 7-2 mark, it is worthy of a win bet. So there you go. We've covered the first race. Now we go to our second race. Now, never once to duck a challenge. We are going to have a look at the big race of the whole day. It's the 2:15 at Cheltenham. It's the Paddy Power. It's one of the great handicap chases. It is mega, mega competitive. And I will go first, Judge. And now, the top of the market, we've got Answer. Probably best found fresh, who disappointed late season, was at his best in his first run when he won. But around 6-1, I can't have him. I cannot have Protectorate. I think these Paul Nicholls horses can get beat left, right, and up the centre. Laylaw always seems to be back, never seems to win at the top of the market. Zanza, I cannot have a Philip Hobbs horse the way they're running. I am looking at a bigger price, and I am going for number 9, Spirit of the Games. Now, it would be immodest of me to remind you, Judge, that I picked a 25-1 winner last week. I am going for another 25-1 winner, Spirit of the Games. The horse was second in this race last year. I think he's on a weight, a mark he can do some damage of. Bridget Andrews has been riding these horses superbly. Everybody talks about Harry Skelton quite rightly, but she's such an able deputy. She's been fantastic. I think she will lay off the pace and bring this one through. And I think at 25-1, with some of the books going 6 places, Spirit of the Games is an absolutely outstanding each way play in this race. Now over to you, Judge.
Well, I suppose I better turn the computer off and shut up now. But no, I must confess, Spirit of the Games is a wonderful each way horse. It's a wonderful placer. But will it ever win one? But still, 25, you can afford to find out, can't you?
Exactly.
I mean, I had a short list. I must confess, I was looking at Al Dance and Best Fresh, but there's no juice in that price at all now. I can't make head or tail of Layla. I mean, I'd rather be with simply the bets out of the 2 Nicholls horses that have changed trainer. I don't like Protectorate's too tight. So once again, it's a good race to be involved in, especially each way with the extra places that'll be available. I'm sure we will be extra places at Goodwin. So my short list, basically, I thought the Irish horse was a funny horse at a big price, but you know, because look how well they did again today. They had the 33-1 winner of the last race, didn't they? So Funky Daddy was a funny one. So my short list basically came down to Zanza, but I can't believe Zanza is a shorter price than the horse I'm going to select, which is Midnight Shadow. I mean, it's Cheltenham form is bit hit and miss, but nowhere first, second, which second in this, well, equivalent to this race last year, the race in December, I think it is. It came second to the handicap snip that come over here from Ireland that won about 15 lengths. Forgotten the blooming name of it now, but anyway, it came second to that. But it beat the rest of the field by 12 lengths, and it's racing off a £1 lower mark than that. So if you actually take that in consideration, it's got to be, you know, there or thereabouts. I really liked its debut. I thought that was full of promise, and I thought to myself, that's a next time out job as well when I saw it. And that was a classy race. All Mankind winning it. You'd think All Mankind would have had a chance in this off top weight. So I'm really keen on Midnight Shadow. It's also got course form here with Paint the Dream and Deran. I won't even try to pronounce it. To Carjack. that could carjack me at the end, knowing my luck. But I'm all right with this Midnight Shadow, and I think it's got even 11, 12 to 1 double figures seems a fair price to me.
Yeah, very much so. That is the decision. That is the verdict from the judge. Midnight Shadow, a horse, you're right. He beat the rest potless and ran into a, shall we say, very cleverly handicapped Irish horse in this equivalent race. So you got Midnight Shadow from the judge around the 11 to 1 mark. And remember, folks, if you get with Bet Goodwin, use the promo code SH10, you will have a £10 match bet. It's entirely up to you how you use it, but you could, of course, use it by backing one of our horses and playing the £10 match bet on the other. If you'd done that last week, you would have had a 25 to 1 winner with Mac Totti. Midnight Shadow for the Sue Smith yard. I've gone for Spirit of the Games at 25 to 1. Now, our other race was 2 o'clock Weatherby. It's a very, very tricky handicap chase, very competitive. The judge has gone for number 2, Skakil Monroe, around the 6 to 1 mark, and I have gone for, there he is, man, the time form man now. I have gone for number 6, Palmer's Hill, at 7 to 2 as a win bet. And remember, if you go to Bet Goodwin and you put in the promo code SH10, you will get a £10 matched bet. Now, Judge, last week belonged to me. I've got a funny feeling you think tomorrow will belong to you to square it up. Whatever happens, as I always say, it is you, the audience, who will be the winner here because you've got 4 cracking selections there. I've had a 25 to 1 winner today. I'm feeling pleased as punch. I may have a very small rum and coke tonight, Judge, to celebrate that 25 to 1 winner. And I'm looking forward to a brilliant day at Cheltenham tomorrow. So the best of luck, mate. If mine can't win, I hope yours do, but I'd much rather mine do. That's my mantra. Have a great day, everybody. It's going to be a fantastic day at Cheltenham. Thank you to Bet Goodwin. Thank you to the judge for coming back on. We'll see you next Friday around the same time. We'll do it all again. And remember, if you want big price winners, well, there's only one place to go, and that is HOLDENS. Horses.